Hello and welcome to Handbrake, the show about cars and things to do with cars. I'm here today with my co-presenter Dave.
G'day.
And myself, Tris. Today we've got a bit of a special lined up for you guys. We're going to be talking about the Detroit Motor Show. There's some interesting cars to come out there and some terrible cars to come out there. Terrible cars, we'll get to that in a minute. But first, we're going to start with some interesting cars. Top off the list, the one thing that really caught my eye, and we should be seeing not only in Europe and America, but hopefully in Australia, is the new Volvo S60. The new concept's just been released for the Detroit Motor Show, and this car looks hot. Look at it. How could you not want that?
Yeah, that really is a good looking car for a bit of a departure from Volvo.
It is,
really,
isn't it?
Seeing as until fairly recent years they were designing
terrible cars.
Yeah, not even bars of soap.
No,
really.
they were awful.
Square soap.
They weren't awful looking cars. They were just boring. It was a car. It was like they had gone etch a sketch and pushed out a car with this. Wow, Volvo, since the C30 you've been starting to make some really desirable cars, and this for me, I have problems in my pants looking at this, so I'll take hands away from them. Wow, look at that, it's beautiful curving lines, nice colour, the interior is going to be hot. They say here it's going to have all the usual safety stuff that will be in there, so it'll be safe as a house, but it'll come with this concept apparently it's got a 1.8 litre 4-cylinder turbo diesel with direct injection, but if this goes to production, I mean, take off the drug dealer wheels, get rid of a bit of the chrome, make the glass a bit better, a bit more realisable, tone it down a little bit, but it'll look very similar to that, and it will be a very desirable car, and should hopefully come with their 2.5 litre 5-cylinder engine that we also see in the C30 T5 and the Focus, the ST220 or the XR5 that we see in Australia.
If they make a four-wheel drive version as well, that could be
it's Volvo, it's the S60, so hopefully we'll see some, and I'm willing to bet money on this, we might see a 6-cylinder inline 6 in that.
That'd be good. That would be good, yes.
That would be really nice. All-wheel drive.
Because you can never have too much power, really.
Oh, of course not. If that comes with twin turbos as well, that'd be just unbelievable.
Yeah.
That will be.
Yeah.
Yes. But if we go down there, we might have to end the show now. Alright, next car.
Alright, moving on, and obviously the reason we've picked this Detroit show special is with the general uncertainty of the world economy at the moment, and particularly the car industry, and then it's uncertain would be the best way to describe it, and none more so than the US, which has arguably been the hardest hit by this economic crisis. So Detroit's really been given a chance for them to hit back, to show that that they're not sort of stuck in the 20th or 19th century, but they're actually thinking, they're being proactive, they're being effective, and that
making more fuel efficient cars, cars that are more desirable to the consumer. I mean, with people not earning as much money as they used to, fuel has gotten cheaper again, so those big cars have become a bit more desirable and a bit more usable in the US, but this is starting to change the way. Hybrids have always been popular in America, more so because America, like most first world countries, is very image driven, so to be seen to do the right thing is a good thing. So if you drive a hybrid,
than actually doing the right thing.
Correct. So if you're being seen to do the right thing, or what is perceived as the right thing, then it gets a big thumbs up. Saying that, look, hybrids we don't dislike because the idea or the concept behind them. Okay. But what I do dislike about hybrids is the way people hijack the image and make themselves look like they're doing the right thing. When the hybrid, the first Toyota and the Honda came out, the first hybrids to hit the market, they were great cars because they're innovative, they're interesting, but unfortunately it's been
ridiculously
hijacked.
Expensive.
They were, but it's a new technology. You can expect that.
I know. I think they're a stopgap. I think they're amazingly overhyped, and I mean, I could talk about how much I hate hybrids all day.
But you can also say they've been overhyped because of the whole trend to be seen to do the right thing. It's the whole perception, really, and unfortunately, that has really killed the idea of driving a hybrid for most petrol heads until this.
Well, we'll go easy on the hype at the moment. As I was saying, this is obviously a big chance to show that Detroit is interested in saving their own skin. I mean, we've had the bailouts, we've had the both taxpayer and the co-mergers. We've heard just recently that Fiat is looking at buying a stake in Chrysler. So when it gets to the point where the Italians are trying to save the Americans, that things aren't maybe what they seem. So
hold that thought. I read an interesting article about Fiat merging with Chrysler or purchasing. I think it's about 20% of Chrysler. They said the deal will only go ahead if Chrysler get the second bailout from the US government. So it is there in paper, but it will only go ahead if they get the second bailout from the US government. But I've got to say, for Fiat, what the taste of irony is so
the irony, the
sweet.
Audacity, first of all, and the irony after being so close to being, going under 5 or 6 years ago and having GM, General Motors, having to bail them out, to be in a position.
Well, let's illustrate. Let's flesh this out a bit further. GM originally were going to purchase Fiat. When their second payment came around, they defaulted on the second payment, which meant that part of the deal was, without going too much into it, was that they had to then sell their part in Fiat back to Fiat again.
And compensate them
for
the stuffing around.
So what happened was...
General Motors took a bath on it.
So General Motors first lost a lot of money. Fiat got a lot of money, and from that they were able to invest money in new models, get things going again. So that's why we have the new Fiat 500, which is a beautiful little car. It looks magic. Secondly, they were able to produce the Punto, which has been released in Australia again. This is the first car to come back into Australia from Fiat in a very long time, which is also a very good car. But now Fiat, because they're making money again, can purchase Chrysler, which is going to help them sell cars in America again if they get the second lot of money. If that happens, Fiat are just going to go from making not just a little bit of money, but hopefully making a lot more money.
Yeah, it could be, as I said, a very different automotive climate, but that's more long term. With the short term, what's happening? Well, Dodge is Dodge being the original sort of lower cost end of Chrysler, which is now sort of metamorphosed into one of those various American brands that have been poorly positioned over the years.
Yep.
Probably say with a fair degree of confidence that no one really knows what it stands for at the moment. They build trucks, they build sort of cheap economy, well, not really economy cars because they're American, but they build and sort of everything and anything.
They do build some nice cars, like the Dodge Nitro, which you can purchase in Australia. Yeah, in all honesty, it's not a bad idea for a car. It's a hatchback.
It's a box with wheels.
It is a box with wheels. It's a good-looking box and wheels.
No, it isn't.
It's a hatchback, but with a four-wheel drive body. It's fantastic. And what's the next one up?
Oh, I don't care.
But okay, talk about the Nitro. That's not a bad car. But then you have the history of Dodge: the Charger, the Challenger. You also have the Dodge Viper.
Not terribly politically correct.
No,
but
that is why I like Dodge, because
cool cars.
They make cool cars. They make, okay, sure they're possibly rubbish to drive with a couple of exceptions, but they do look very, very nice. I do like Dodge. I do like Dodge a lot, actually.
Well, they've just released a latest car to sort of, sexify their image a bit. Obviously the Viper's been deep six. There's not really a hell of a lot else on the horizon for them apart from that truly awesome Challenger, which hopefully will come to Australia.
Wow.
But yes. But they've come up with this. It's called the Dodge Circuit. It's eagle-eyed viewers will notice that it looks remarkably, if not identical, to a particular Lotus, which is the Europa. The Europa.
But they've fixed one important detail that I didn't like about the Europa.
They put a Dodge grill on it.
No, that's not fixing it.
The Dodge painted badge. It orange.
That's not fixing it. The thing that I like about it is they fixed the sill above the door. In the Europa, it looks like it's just a bad job. The sill doesn't fit properly. The window goes in. You have the top of the car which curves out, but then you have the window sill which comes up, looks about an inch or so underneath it.